name is Ruckus. Thanks for joining. Please like, subscribe, and share. 10-8.
What up, what up, what up? How's everybody doing? Frosty, yo, on the boat. Saying hello. How's everybody doing? Tonight we're going to talk a little bit about how much fucked Richard Allen is. He's guilty as sin. We all know it. We're going to go through it. But I've got a guest coming on with me who really doesn't like this genre. And he'll tell you himself, he thinks that people are crazy. And he ain't wrong either. He ain't wrong at all. But he's my boy. So let me go ahead and bring him in. There he goes.
Assalamu alaikum, my friend. How are you today?
I'm perfect. Look at me.
Man,
Don't get
weird.
no better than this. What your monitor ain't working? You can't see me?
I can see you.
Look at all this. It don't come out of the box like this, baby. I gotta
feel
work
like playing.
this.
I feel like you got a munion too. You like Diesel? You got a munion?
I caught it from Diesel.
Yeah, you got a munion.
I got
What's
a
up,
Diesel.
Jinx? What's up, everybody? How you been, Daisy? Yeah, it's been a while. Been a while since I've been on the show. Ruckus told me to come on yesterday. I was like, hell yeah. I ain't been a guest on his show in forever. Yeah, ever since I made your logo for you for free.
Yeah, right here.
Yeah.
That one.
Yeah, I wait for my check in the mail. How long you say it's gonna be?
Yeah, you'll get it. Take it out of my cut from Thin Black Line, will you?
Okay. You ain't get your pay this week.
No, I got you $10.99, but I ain't got no money. Yeah.
Let me go ahead and call my the mailman, see what happened.
Yeah,
because
dude, you need it.
Hey, I gotta call the mailman. That's some bullshit. What's the number to the postal office?
You need 1-800 you stupid. That's the main line.
Yeah.
But listen, man, I'm broker than the 10 Commandments, man. I got to get my cut from that.
Sir, you got 1,700 people watching. I have 3.
I don't have 1,700.
Once we get more people over there to the Thin Black Line, then you'll get paid. Until then, I'm holding you and Diesel hostage. You and Munya, man.
Yeah. Now, for those of you that don't know L.A., he has his own channel. He has L.A. Wilkes. And then he has the Thin Blind Network, which is me.
The Black Line, you old fuck.
What'd I call it? Why I gotta be an
old
fuck?
Network. Because you're not young.
Thin Blind? Is that what I said?
Yes, sir. You losing your mind.
Thin Black Line Network. It's me, Diesel, in L.A., and we get on there and kick the bobo about being on the job. What?
And things never go right. Yeah, I mean, yesterday, I don't know why Ruckus came. Ruckus, if you watch the last episode, right? And I'm always innocent.
Yeah.
So Diesel, who was a chief in North Carolina, Diesel went missing one day, and I was telling Ruckus that Diesel was just going to be absent that day, and the rule is if one of us is absent, the other 2 will talk shit about him. That's the rule. You got to talk shit about the other person. Ruckus decides to say Diesel had a what's up, Faye?
You said he had a bunion on his mouth, and I said, well, that would be a munion.
So now the running joke is Diesel has a munion on his mouth. So yesterday we had another cop on, and it was 4 of us just cracking up as Diesel with his fake munion on his mouth, and we don't even know where it came from. But the shit ended up being so funny. You got to go watch it. It's at the very beginning of the episode 37. I don't think we laughed so hard
shit
and laugh at it
and spin it
for
a month.
Diesel munion acting up.
Hair plugs, all that.
Oh, hair plugs. Jesus Christ. Him and Cousin Jacobs.
Yeah, Cousin Jacobs. My God. Well, thank you, Boston Christian. He does have a very good show. And Boston Christian watches us all the time.
Yeah. She was on this morning with my wake up report.
Dude, you got some quality content, man.
Yeah, no, I don't.
We just got to get you. What do you need? 50 more subs? 56?
On a thin black line, so I can focus on early books. I haven't really been doing anything on my main channel just because I've been focused on the thin black line. But YouTube hates that channel. They hate it. But
I don't know
what can
why.
you do? There's a bunch of liberal fucks.
I mean, you got me on there for the ladies.
Well, maybe that's the reason. I need to take your picture down. I mean, even though your picture from 1978.
Dude, shut up. That's, I don't know what your problem is with me, with my looks. What's the matter? You don't want to fuck me no more? I'm a dude. What do you care what I look like?
Because I got to stare at you. It's crazy.
No, you ain't got to do nothing.
I see your
Dude,
liver
say this
spots.
say this person's name 3 times fast.
Solar Chef's shit. Hey, Steph.
I always get caught up with that poor woman's name. Solar Chef Steph.
Mm-hmm.
It gets me caught. Well, you know how I am. I'm old and tired.
Mm-hmm.
But listen, we're going to talk about Richard Allen tonight. I know you're. You think the Delphi community is crazy.
Yes.
Metal flies are the best. You see, Locksmith.
Jesus Christ.
Cornbread and Kool-Aid.
I don't mind. Well, I do mind the true crime community. Well, no. You're right. The Delphi community is crazy.
Yeah, dude, you told me that more than once. You give me shit about it, as a matter of fact.
Well, you're good at it.
You're
actually good at it.
When we start fucking with each other, you tell me, go do a Delphi show.
Yeah, do a Delphi show. But you're good at it. You actually, and I think the thing to make it worse with people is, and the reason why I stopped talking about Delphi is because somehow, some way, my name got involved with old Uncle Ruckus. I don't know why, because we're not friends.
No.
And I wasn't a real cop. They called my precinct, even though we call them districts here in Philly. I don't know what number you call to the city of Philadelphia to ask them if I'm a cop or not. That's just weird. And it just got real weird. Like people, and I'm like Ruckus. I just don't care enough. I truly don't. Like, I mean, I don't seen too many dead bodies and been shot at too many times to give a fuck about internet beef with people I don't know. So I kind of just stay and do my own thing. And I enjoy doing true crime like
true what?
True crime. Quasi crime.
Well, you like to bring current events.
Yeah, I mean, I'm doing a couple newer cases too. If y'all haven't heard about Kathy Agavivas, the young lady in Florida who just was kidnapped and murdered, that's a crazy one. Ruckus was going over the case with me. It's insane. Now they found out that somebody paid them to kidnap her, but they didn't tell them morons to kill her. But they went on and did that themselves. I got like 2 other cases going on. I got the other chick in Jacksonville.
Hey, look
Florida
at Michael
again.
Westford. Look what he's saying.
But Ellie, you had a white dude on your live using the N-word openly. That's a fact.
I wonder who that was.
It was Ruckus. It was freedom of speech. I've been called a nigga to my face by white people. Like, cops, this is what I don't think y'all understand. Nothing is supposed to bother us. It's a word. And he was using it to be an asshole. Me and everybody else on my channel was just like, it's Ruckus. Who cares? But apparently everybody else thought it was a big deal. So I wish I would have got some views off of it, but I didn't.
Yeah, dude, remember that whole thing was I was supposed to go to the Fight Club and say that.
Yeah, you bitched out on that one.
Michael Westford said he's from the 35th, whatever that means.
35th district. Yeah.
Are you a police, Michael?
That's in North Philly.
Is that a good area? North Philly?
No.
Oh, so he's from the projects.
If he's in the 35th, that's a district that get it there. You in the 35th or you working the 35th? That's two different things. If you work in the 35th,
35th, what's that? Kensington?
no, that's Erie Avenue.
But what do you
No,
think,
Huntington
dude?
Park.
I know that, being on the job, you learn not to get offended, right? You can't. You don't have time to take shit
No,
personal and get offended. But I was like that before I did law enforcement. Were you? I
yeah,
really didn't give a
yeah,
fuck before that.
yeah. Usually, I tell people what the badge does, and it sounds so cliche, but it's 100% the truth. What the badge does is brings out who you really are.
Yeah.
That's all it does. It's a cliche statement. I know it's like money, but it fits. It brings out who you really are. If you laid back as a person, when you put the badge on, you just become even more laid back. If you're
And
an
don't try to
asshole,
be something you ain't, man. That shit
yeah,
don't last.
yeah. If you're asshole, period, when you put the badge on, you're gonna become a bigger asshole. It
What are you
just
trying to say?
brings out who you really are.
You trying to say I'm an asshole?
Yes.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
All right, but I want to talk about that Florida case a little bit tonight too, if you don't mind. Because I was watching. I couldn't jump on there this morning, but I was watching, and man, that was some interesting shit, man. When did
The
you get
dumbest
all that
criminals ever.
information? Last night?
I got
And this?
more information last night, but I've been going through it for about a week since it happened. It jumped on my timeline, and I'm like, a woman got kidnapped in the middle of the day while everybody watching, and nobody's talking about it.
Hmm.
So then I went down a rabbit hole, like, let me find out what's going on. And
Dude, rabbit
then,
holes are for rabbits, man. What are you doing in a
yeah,
rabbit hole?
well, I'm a rabbit.
Yeah.
And once I started watching more of it, I got more intrigued. I mean, once I found out that that her husband was involved and a cop, an Orange County sheriff was involved, I was like, oh, I gotta go in.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah, it
gotta
seemed
go in.
like a cut and dry carjacking at first.
At first, now I come
Yeah.
to find out it was a big ass drug ring, and she was one of the transporters.
And you don't want to talk bad about someone who's passed, but she knew she was in the game.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? And listen, man, using a woman like that, your wife, as a mule, that's some bullshit right there.
Who do you think? Who do you think ordered her kidnap? Do you think it was the husband or the brother or somebody else?
No, probably a rival.
Well, this is the funny part. The dude who actually robbed her,
Mhm.
she was going to meet to drop off money anyway.
Okay. So, dude, you and I both know, man, there's no honor amongst these. So it was just jackers being jackers. You know what I mean? They was going to rob her, take her money and her dope.
See, that's the part I'm kind of confused at. Hey, what's up, baby? Yeah, it was weird. I don't know what that girl was talking about. Um,
You
yeah,
see,
that's the
Emerald want to know who the nice man was on here with Ruckus.
yeah, yeah.
This is
The
L.A.
brand.
If anybody doesn't know, this is L.A. Wilkes. He has his own channel, and then he has the Thin Black Line Network.
Jinx used to come over. Jinx, you on punishment. I don't know where the hell Jinx been.
You putting sanctions on her?
Yeah, that's a fact. Jinx, you
Getting
suspended for
sanctions?
2 weeks.
All right.
Uh, go
Let's
ahead.
let's start with this, brother. What do you know if you were going to tell somebody about the Delphi case? What would you tell them? And I'm being serious. If you want to give them some facts that you had and stuff like that, what would you tell them about the Delphi case?
A fat man killed 2 girls and everybody in denial.
That's it.
A fat, overweight, obese, stank man killed 2 girls and people in
He's
denial.
only like 5'3", 5'4". He's
Mhm.
bitty. But the thing is, they had audio and video of him, L.A. For 5 years, no arrests. Have you ever heard
That
anything like that in your life?
for 5 years? No.
Yeah. And he lived in town. He worked at CVS. It's a small town. Delphi's
Well,
really small, man.
well, Tom, right? Because I never worked in a small town before, and Pasco is you said is a big ass county, so you haven't either.
Yeah, it's big, but it's got a bunch of little small towns in it. But
But
I
you
worked for the
still,
county. I didn't work for any
yeah.
PDs.
I mean, honestly, you work. You said it was over 32 miles, square miles, right?
Mm.
Yeah. So
Y-
either way, I mean, that's damn near bigger than the city of Philadelphia.
Yeah.
So
Pasco's big.
yeah. So I was talking to Tom, who actually lives in small towns, and he was like, it's not uncommon for people who know the police to get away with stuff, right? Because everybody knows each other. So how much do you put in? How much stock do you put in that? Because it's a small town, everybody know each other, and it's like if you're a part of the crew, you're a part of the crew, no matter how shitty you are as a person.
Right? No, I understand that. I mean, we've both seen the good old boy system at work, haven't we? I mean,
Mhm.
it's alive and well everywhere. And it just seems that in these small towns that it's more prominent. Like Cousin Jacobs, you know what I mean? Thinks he can get away with whatever he wants.
That's a fact.
And I'm not saying that that does not happen, and that's not the case here. That there's not, the brotherhood, because there
Mhm.
definitely is some of that.
Mhm.
But it's not the whole. This is not corruption. This is not a cover up. This is not a bad system. This is not a bad judge or anything like that. I'm not married to any of those people, LA. I say get rid of the judge, get rid of the prosecutor, and get rid of the
Just think they
defense team.
incompetent.
And no, at all. And even though it doesn't matter, this is just for conversation's sake, because it doesn't matter what people think. There's people think that this guy's totally innocent.
Yeah,
Now,
that's
they
weird.
found a round at the crime scene, an unspent round that was racked out of a Sig Sauer.
Yeah, I remember
And
that.
they tried to match that up through ballistics. I mean, it's not really ballistics. It's more microscience, cyrations, and stuff like that. But they matched it to his gun. The ejector pin made the marks that were on that round found at the crime scene. So you don't have to be, a CSI expert to realize that that puts him at the scene. And he confessed in writing, on the phone to his mother and his wife, to jail staff, to mental health staff, medical staff. And they have what's called companion inmates at that prison. They hang around his door and talk with him so he's not lonely, which is a bunch of bullshit.
That's a real thing.
I guess in Indiana, that shit don't happen in Florida. That's for goddamn sure. But the defense team are doing their job, right? They're saying that he's being mistreated. He's being treated like a POW. He was covering himself in his own shit and eating his own shit, eating paper. Maybe that's why he was eating his shit. He ate all the toilet paper. You know what I mean? Had to do something with it.
Got to play crazy. You got if you're going to play the
Right.
rule, you play the rule.
Yeah. Yeah, Mike knows that. If worms had machine guns, birds wouldn't fuck with him. That's what if is.
Why do people think he's not guilty? Just for shits and giggles, tell me.
Just to get on YouTube. I mean, it has to be. They're saying the system's fucked up. They're saying he's being railroaded. The prosecutor's dirty. Stuff like that. I heard a person today saying that the prosecutor is trying to dig up dirt to trample all over this ex-cop's integrity because he's a piece of shit. And this same person is the one who was trying to dig up dirt on me to fuck with my integrity like they did with you saying you weren't a cop. Same exact person.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, it gets crazy.
Why
I
do
mean,
why do people think we lie about being cops? Is that
I,
some glory in it?
dude, I don't get it because I don't talk you don't talk about other creators either.
No,
It,
no, I can care less. I stay in my
yeah,
lane.
I cover true crime, not true crime creators. But if they don't like what you're saying, they dox you, they dig up dirt on you, and they can't do it anymore because one of them defected and turned that shit over to the police, and that's why my name got mentioned in court because of that. Wasn't that I did anything wrong? They was trying to fuck with me, trying
Hopefully, you
trying
get
to
the
attack
views
my
off of it.
integrity.
Get the money off of it. Then fuck them.
Yeah, for a YouTuber, right? Like, what? How can I affect the case? Do you know what I mean?
People are insane. So they just doing it for. They think he's guilty, innocent because of just to get views, which is super weird.
Yeah, they're like Antifa people. You know, they're they're protesters and shit like that. They had a protest, as a matter of fact. And they get these other YouTubers, brand new people, and they get them to do their dirty work for them and shit like that. Dude, it's hilarious. It's got nothing to do with this case. Nothing. And it's spilled over to you. I mean, you and Kai got emails about me and shit like that. How crazy
Yeah,
is that?
I
That
got
I have a whole
Instagram.
criminal history and I'm a piece of shit. All right, I'm a piece of shit. I'll give you that one. But I don't have a criminal history.
Yeah, I don't. Let me just go ahead and say it to the 240 odd people here. Don't email me about Ruckus. Don't send me an Instagram message, because I'm gonna just tell you like I tell everybody else. That's between him and God. I truly don't care, and I can't do a damn thing about whatever he is or whatever he did. The
Don't
man is
involve
good to
me in
me.
your mess.
I mean, I truly, when I could tell you, I truly don't care. Yeah, I mean, you could tell me don't have my face with his and take you off shows and you don't want to be associated with him. That's good. I will delete everything I had with you. It's not that serious. I truly don't give a fuck whatsoever.
What's
I
this?
got
This
4.
Michael Westford cat know you or something? Don't care about you being a cop, but don't dog the judge. Gave him house arrest.
You don't care about being a cop, but the judge can. See. This is the part I'm talking about. Stupid people. Can I go on my diatribe real quick, and
Yeah,
I
go ahead.
won't even address them?
Go ahead, man.
Ruckus, if somebody personally do something to you, what the flying fuck does that have to do with the job?
Nothing.
This is what I'm saying about morons. And the one thing about it is the judge either agrees or disagrees with the sentencing of the DA. That's why I know he's not a cop. The DA suggested the charges for the dude who shot at me, and the judge accepted it. I never once said anything about a judge. Never
Right.
once.
I didn't
Now
hear you say anything about a judge.
I didn't even know who the judge was. I said something about the DA. If you're gonna tell a story, tell it right. I said the DA, Larry Krasner, fucked me because the dude who shot at me got 3 years of house arrest. I don't know what the hell was wrong with that. And I never said I didn't like being a cop. I said I ain't like the goddamn job. Two different things. But if you only cops know what that means, you get what I'm saying? I never
Yeah.
said I didn't like being a cop. I just said I didn't like the job.
I didn't like it at
Just
all.
didn't like it. You know what I mean? I'm still a cop. Still getting paid. Still got a badge and a gun. I'm just on my way out.
You're gonna have to go to the range if you go back.
Sir, I wouldn't. Yeah, okay. I ain't stepping foot in that motherfucker ever again. But yeah, I don't know what the hell that is. I don't even know who he is. But God bless you, sir. But just get your story right. If you're gonna say something about me, just make sure it's accurate. You call me short, say I got a gap, say I'm black, say I got a bald head. Okay, just make sure it's accurate. I'm like
That's
Ruckus. Just make sure it's
unfortunately
accurate.
that doesn't matter. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like cops, we kind of like facts. Just make sure the facts are true.
Yeah.
That's all. You
Yeah.
know, negativity don't bother me as long as
Yeah.
it's true.
Let me ask you something about, because more and more information and evidence, both released and implied, is coming out. Now,
Mhm.
let me ask you this: Miranda rights.
Yes,
Did
sir.
you read every single person that you arrested Miranda rights before you
We
brought him
don't
to jail?
we don't read a Miranda rights here in Philadelphia. It's only for detectives.
So what if you arrest somebody and they go to see the judge first thing in the morning, where they ask if they can get an attorney? Do they read them their rights then at first
Uh,
appearance?
Before first appearance, yeah, of course.
Well, they're saying this guy got interviewed. It was a non-custodial. They called him in and he came in. And then they called him back in again. And the attorneys are trying to say he was never read his Miranda rights. And you don't need to read Miranda rights during a non-custodial interview. But it's just the defense is doing a great job. They're trying to bring up anything, man. They're throwing pancakes at the wall, not just spaghetti. They're trying to get anything to stick, man. And they're trying to suppress. They had a search warrant for his house, and that's where they found his gun, and they found other evidence that connected him to this case. So it's direct evidence. And they want that thrown out because they filed for a Frank's motion. Do you know what a Frank's motion is?
No.
Scott Daly's not having a good time at all. Cops have easy jobs. Don't even break top 10 most dangerous jobs in this country.
So say the person who's been shot at multiple times as a cop.
Yeah.
So stupid.
That's what, but people like him, that's what his mouth says. He didn't want me knocking on his door.
That's a fact.
Right?
This is so dumb.
But what can you do? I can't stoop to his level.
I mean, what level is it? It's just kind of just
ignorant.
Kind of just stupid.
Dude, I'd have to drive a metal spike through the middle of my forehead to get my IQ down low enough to argue with a person like that.
Well, as long as he giving you views. I don't mind haters as long as they get me views. That's
what I'm saying.
Yeah, just give me the views. Fuck that. Say all the shit you want. Just give me the views.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. But they filed for a Frank's motion. Do you know what that is?
No, sir.
That's where they're saying that the detective lied to the judge in order to get him to sign that search warrant. That he lied to him. Because they're saying that a cult killed these two girls, an Odinist cult. It was a human sacrifice ritual. That's what the defense is spinning.
This is why I hate Delphi people.
It gets better.
No, it doesn't.
It gets better. So the defense, they got caught leaking information.
Yeah, you told me they got kicked off the case, so they brought a new team in, right?
Well, they recused themselves. They left. The judge says, listen, in chambers, she said, listen, you can quit. Oh, when we go out here in open court, we're going to rip you a new asshole and I'm going to kick you off the case. She was being nice to him. And they said, nah, we'll just leave. Hey, is there another way out? Do we have to walk through the courtroom? They want to go out the back door. That's all in the transcripts. Well, then, of course, they hire an attorney to say that they never quit. They were ambushed. They were bamboozled. All that bullshit.
The attorneys hired an attorney?
Yeah. Yeah.
Jesus Christ of Nazareth.
So they filed with another group of appellate attorneys filed on their behalf to the Indiana State Supreme Court. And this Indiana State Supreme Court agreed that Judge Gall overstepped her boundaries there, that she should have went ahead and had that hearing and done it the right way. Yes. So they're back on the case. Well, now they're crying, saying we've lost all this time. We don't have time to prepare for trial. And then they file for a speedy trial.
Do you think she did it the right way? In your personal opinion?
She was trying to give them a break, trying to save them some face. She should have just had that hearing.
Yeah. So, well, I guess you just said it. I mean, if you could do it all over again, would you tell her to do it this way? Because I get it. But that shit come to bite you in the ass, especially when a case like this.
Yeah, you can't be a good person. Not around a defense attorney.
No. They lucky they didn't lose their license.
They may still, because the prosecutor filed for contempt. And so she still hasn't really ruled on that yet. She may wait until after the trial. But the defense is filing a whole bunch of shit right now. And this is why I'm saying this, not just because of evidence, not because he said he did it, not because they have him on audio and video, not because witnesses saw him there that day, not because he said he was there that day at that time, but because of what the defense attorneys are doing. They're throwing everything at it. If this guy was innocent and they knew he was innocent, they wouldn't be doing all this bullshit. They wouldn't be filing all this shit. They want, of course, every case, LA, they're trying to get everything suppressed. They don't want
Yeah.
anything in front of the jury. So that part I can understand. But what they're bringing in is a third party. They're saying he didn't do it. Some other fuckers did it. Even though law enforcement had already looked at those other people way back in 2017. So they're trying anything and everything. So that's why, and I've been saying this for months, that he's going to plead out. And most of the pushback that I get with that is that why would he plead out? He's looking at life. What does he have to gain from that? Well, he has to
Nigga, that's
gain a lot.
definitely.
Have you ever arrested anybody that you knew was guilty as shit and they pled out?
Oh yeah.
Just shitloads of them. People don't
Yeah.
understand that. They think, Perry Mason's the only shit that they've ever seen. Law and Order, stuff like that. They don't understand how the real world works. He can plead out and get a whole bunch of things in his favor out of a plea deal. And I'll give that Negro some views. Yeah, some
Okay.
I'll do it
Stop
myself.
Daily.
Hang on, yeah. Let me just kick that shit
Why?
stain.
Make sure he no. Come on, go and give me some goddamn views. I didn't even know. You know the fucked up part? I didn't even know who he was talking about. Just now
Yeah.
until you told me. I didn't even know what he was talking about. I was confused.
Yeah.
I was fucking confused for a second.
He's one of the defense people. He's one of the ones that think not just now we're talking about the case here,
I
right?
ain't been called a Negro since
He's talking
yesterday.
about
I was
us.
fucked up for a second.
You see how they operate? He's talking about us. He's talking bad about cops, talking bad about you, calling you a Negro, all that stuff. They don't
Long
have
as
anything. That's
I'd rather
what
you
they resort to.
I'd rather you call me colored. That would have been even more funny. But I swear to God, Ruckus, it went clear over my head. I didn't even realize who he was talking about. I forgot all about I was black just now. Swear to God, didn't even realize that he was talking about me. You could have kept that up there, and I still wouldn't have realized he was talking about me. Fuck me up just now. I was confused why he was booting him.
Nah, I'll leave him. I'll leave him.
Fuck me up just now.
See,
Clearly.
you can't block everybody. You got to leave a few of them so they can run back and tell the other shit stains what's going on.
Look at Trash. Trash said LA always forget he black. That's a fact. You know how much I say jigaboo on my channel? Gotta be kidding me. Negro. Fuck me up.
We say all kind of off color things. No
That's
pun
a fact.
intended.
That's a fact. I swear I did not know he was talking about me though. I was confused. Went clear over my head.
Yeah.
Oh boy, people are hilarious. I
Now
guess he
just
thought that was get me upset or something.
just in this genre, right? This true crime genre. You got Mr. Steve, right?
Of course. Oh man.
Yeah, but he knows his shit. And he's a good dude, but he tries to stay unopinionated. He's a facts kind of guy. He brings the facts.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Where I got a big ass mouth. I'm gonna tell you what's on my mind. You ain't never gonna walk away from me and say, "Hey, I wonder what was on Ruckus's mind." I'll
That's
tell you.
another dude. Steve been good to both of us.
Steve's a good dude, man.
Yeah, he been
Dude,
good
if
to both of us.
it would have been fun if you could have rode with us for a day or two, but you said you ain't
No, I'd
going to
rather take.
Indiana.
No, I'd rather drive. I told you I'd rather drive through Africa than make a left at China, come through Saudi Arabia, and then meet y'all at the KKK rally before I go to fucking Indiana.
Wow,
No
Indiana's
offense,
nice.
sure.
Dude,
Besides all the serial killers,
it's miles and miles and miles of cornfield and then a
that's
little
a fact.
city, a little town. Miles and
That's
miles of
exactly why
cornfield.
everybody's crazy. They're eating all that corn. The corn is contaminated.
They're making them corn squeezins.
That's the movie. Y'all movie Children of the Corn. That's where it was made at Indiana.
Yeah.
That's where it
Probably
was
was.
made at. Yeah, probably.
Yeah. But so, and here's what's going on in this genre, right? All the people that were protesting, they're saying that he's not getting due process, his rights are being violated, and all that, and he's innocent. They put on their YouTube in their info, Richard Allen is innocent. Hashtag free Richard Allen. The man did it. The man's guilty as fuck. If he gets found guilty, he's guilty. If he gets off, he's guilty. He's guilty as fuck. And what makes them want? And now here's another point. The defense asked for more money for experts, right? And the judge said no. Now, we don't know why she said no. She may have a good reason. She may have just said, fuck you. They got 2.1 million that they're all pulling from, the state and the defense. So she said no. So this attorney that the attorneys hired set up a pay to me account and got donations to get experts for Richard Allen, a man who's being charged with the double homicide of 2 teenage girls.
How much
And
did they
people,
pull in?
$45,000. And dude, they're doing lives, 24 hours straight lives, like Jerry Lewis Telethon, raising money for this. And there's defense attorneys that are going in there and saying, listen, this is America. He has to get the best possible representation he can get. And I agree with that, and I know you do as well. But he's getting it for free already.
That's a little above and beyond, though. I don't think I ever heard something like this before. That's a little
Dude,
weird.
all the experts supporting people, suppression hearings, Frank's hearings, all of that shit, none of it's going to save him. He's guilty. He knows it. The state knows it. The defense team knows it. The only people that don't know it are these people that are saying that he's innocent. And I find that hard to believe. That I think they're just doing it for attention. Because you can't be that blind to what's right in front of you. But they're saying the same thing about me. They're saying that I'm blind, that I'm stupid.
Well, I agree on that part.
That I'm stupid?
Yeah. I mean, it's some truth in every lie.
Yeah. Yeah. Now this trial's coming up, right? And the judge is not allowing cameras in the courtroom.
I don't blame her on that one. I do not blame her. Well, I do blame her and I don't. Because okay, let me tell you why I do blame her. If you have cameras in a court, it'll be open for the public to see. That way, nobody can say something happened that didn't happen, right? Because you got everybody there. You're not taking people's word for it. You're literally saying with your own eyes. And with all you crazy Delphi people, it'll have 30,000 people watching it per day. I guarantee you, 30,000 viewers a day. Guarantee that. Now, I don't blame her is because you crazy fucking Delphi people, I'll be bombarding that goddamn thing.
The first judge recused himself because of bloodlust for information.
I don't doubt it. I truly don't doubt it.
Have you ever heard of an active investigation? Say you're assisting in an investigation and you're talking to witnesses, and that witness says, hey, what evidence do they have against that guy? I need to know. I have the right to know what evidence they have against him. You gonna tell them?
Fuck no.
These people are saying it's their right that the state needs to release this evidence.
Disclose evidence to the public
and be transparent. Yeah, they're hiding behind that word transparency.
I hate that fucking word.
Yeah, they have to release that. That's why they want cameras in the courtroom. Now, what I see, a bunch of people are writing letters to the judge, and she's putting them on the record, saying that she's no good, she's a piece of shit, she needs to put it on TV and all that. What they're basically saying is, I want to watch this on TV. It's a small courtroom. But the state, way back in the beginning of this, the defense wanted him to have a bond. They said the PC sucked, which it didn't. The PC's fine. The man's still in jail.
Yeah, you can't
prison,
give him a bond.
whatever. He's still in custody. Yeah. So they wanted to have a bond hearing. They say you don't have enough PC there to charge him with what you did, because what they charged him with is the homicide and zero bond. So what they were saying is, we want to have a hearing where the state in Indiana, the state for a bond hearing, they have to give a preponderance of the evidence that they have. so that the defense can see what they had. That's all they're trying to do. You know, they knew he wasn't going to get no bond. But then they started getting the discovery, and they switched that bond hearing like the day before. No, we want that to be a motion to suppress. So they would have got all of that. All of these people that want this information now, that are bitching that the state's not putting out information, if the defense team didn't stop that bond hearing, they would have known already most of the shit they have. They got geofencing. They've got cell phone tower dumps. You know, the man is fucked sideways. And the defense is doing a great job. I don't have a problem with the defense at all.
They're doing what they're getting paid to do. I mean, they're doing a little extra. I never seen
Dude,
somebody set up a live to get their client. That's a little weird, but okay.
well, wouldn't you want somebody like that representing you?
Yeah, they must. I mean, honestly, it sounds like they just doing it for the not the after tour, right? Like the OJ trial, when everybody got finished with the trial, everybody writing books.
That's what's going to happen here too.
Yeah. That's what it sounds like they're doing.
I think they're trying to get him a plea deal now. If they're not, they're doing him a disservice. They really are.
Well,
Because
it's not about him anymore. It's about them.
right, and the truth don't matter. It's all smoke and mirrors, sleight of hand. It's a magic show. It's all theatrics, presentation. They'll be banging the table and hollering and yelling and all that shit.
While he's sitting there looking
So
like
the trial's coming up in a couple weeks.
You should go there.
Now the defense, all of a sudden, they're filing this shit real quick right now. There's only 2 weeks until the trial. And they're going to pull that speedy trial. I don't know how it is in Philly. In Florida, you have to waive your right to a speedy trial. In other words, you get arrested, they've got 90 days to get you to court. You have to waive that to have it extend past that. In Indiana, you can sit in prison, or he's sitting in prison for his own protection for almost 2 years, and then they file for a speedy trial after all that bullshit. So they're trying to, get the state to show their hand or pucker up or whatever. They both sides is playing this perfect, if you ask me. They're both doing what they're supposed to do. The prosecutor's supposed to keep everything close to the hip until trial. The defense is supposed to get everything thrown out, supposed to point the finger at somebody else.
Yeah.
But they wrote a 186-page memo in support of the Franks hearing, talking about these Odinists that killed these girls in a human sacrifice. And the Odinists don't do that. That's not what they're about. But it was just so whimsical. It was like a fairy tale. It really was. But there's some interesting characters in it. Back in 2017, I would have looked at them. You know what I mean?
Why?
One cat asked the police, "Hey, if I spit on one of those girls, if I had a good excuse for spitting on her when they found her, on her body, would I still be in trouble?" That's a damning statement.
That's a dumbass statement.
It's a dumbass statement, right? And he knew a little bit about the crime scene, because law enforcement, they keep all that shit tight, because when they find out who did it, they're the only one that's going to know what they know.
But does that go to the point about it being a small town?
Yeah, dude. And this guy worked at CVS. How could they not find him for 5 years, LA? They had audio and video. They got this man on video walking across that bridge and telling the girls to go down the hill.
And his confession, what was his reasoning for doing it in his confession?
We haven't seen everything yet.
Let me take a gander. I don't want to get you in trouble. What you think? Just he was a sadistic fuck, just a pedophile?
I don't think they were the targets. I don't think the girls were the targets. I think they're in the wrong place at the wrong time. He brought a gun, brought a knife, so he had the tools of the trade. So he was definitely going to hurt somebody. But I don't think they were the targets.
Who? Hurt who?
Somebody else. I don't know who his target was. But it wasn't the girls. Yeah, it wasn't the girls. Now, they got catfish there. That's another element to this whole thing. There was another case, a pedophile case, CSAM. You know what CSAM is?
Yes.
The CSAM case, where they had a drop box involved, and it opened up a huge investigation, the biggest investigation in Indiana history on CSAM. And it was tied into this case because those girls were talking to one of the made-up accounts, Anthony Schatz, who is sextorting young girls and getting them to send pictures and all that kind of stuff. So
Yeah,
there's a bunch of shit going on in that area. And
that's
there's
a common thing.
also there's a big drug influence there, just like everywhere else. There's a big meth presence. There was, anyways, at that time. I don't know if there still is.
I never would have guessed Indiana on meth. I would have
Yeah,
never guessed.
but that's fucking everywhere. You got a meth problem in Philly?
No, sir, we got a heroin problem.
Heroin.
Heroin.
Got that heroin.
I would have never guessed people in Indiana on meth. Never would have guessed that.
Are you being sarcastic?
No, crazy methods in Indiana. I'd
Dude,
have
that's
never
meth.
guessed that.
That's methed up.
Mm,
But that problem's everywhere. The prescription pills, Oxycontin, all that shit goes through. Meth goes through. Heroin, cocaine will come back.
No, it's never.
And I'm not talking about crack. Powder cocaine's gonna come back.
I doubt it.
No?
Nah.
Why? That shit was big in 1980s.
People got other good stuff. Cocaine ain't doing it.
That ain't it.
Nah, that ain't it no more.
Okay.
People ain't. People don't want to do bumps off their fingernails no more, like they used to do in the 80s and the 70s and shit. Yeah, people want the good stuff now.
Hey, you worked in the jail, right?
For a little bit, yeah. I was.
Remember them
turnkey.
big ass keys for the doors?
Of course.
If I was a cokehead, I'd be carrying one of them. Let me get a key bump.
Man, them bitches are so big and
Take
heavy.
that whole bag out.
People don't realize how big they are unless
And
you work
heavy.
inside the cell. Yeah.
If you
We
got
used to have
3 or
to make
4 of
sure the
those on the
cell
ring,
was
you can
closed.
fuck somebody up with those keys.
We had to make sure the cell was closed good, because a lot of times when you close it and you lock it, sometimes they wouldn't lock, and the motherfucker just push it and walk right out the side damn cell. You like, how the fuck you get out here?
Yeah. And they
And
ain't
they
doing
say,
nothing
huh?
wrong. They think it's funny.
Yeah. They say, huh? Bitch,
Yeah.
huh? Get back in the goddamn cell.
Yeah, they come out. Let me get some toilet paper.
Yeah, they stick the cheese sandwiches inside the goddamn lock so he can't close correctly. Them motherfuckers is creative.
Dude, they got 24 hours a day, 7 days a week to
The
think of
fuck
shit.
with you.
And they all pass it down. Shit's been going on for hundreds of years.
And then they just try to get on your nerves by yelling all damn day and night.
CO, turnkey.
But you learn how to tune it out.
It's just like getting radio
sports,
ear.
Yeah. You watch sports and you learn how to tune it the fuck out.
Yeah, you know how you get radio ear? You can hear when they're talking to you on the radio. You don't hear nothing else, but when they call your call sign out. Did you guys go by car number?
Yeah, we went by car number. I was always 1612. I had a steady car. I was 1612.
Did it smell like ass?
Yes, I used to clean my car at Deli, but then they used to fuck it up. Like
that back seat.
Oh my god!
Yeah, people piss, shit, and puke in your back seat.
Yeah, they got that plastic back seat, man.
Yeah, and they spit. Oh, we have regular seats. We have regular seats. They didn't even have them molded shits yet.
Yeah, so they got the plastic now, man. And they make that puddle, and the puddle just sit there waiting for you to clean it.
Yeah.
Now, come on.
You take the cruiser to the jail, and you have the inmates clean it. That's what we did in Pasco.
Well, the city keep on reneging on contracts with car washes because they don't pay the bill, but you take it to the car wash and they clean it for you. But a lot of times that you don't feel like doing it. I was just always cleaning it out myself. But cops are nasty, man. Y'all had take home cars. Us, we didn't. So
you shared them?
Yeah, you had to share it, and then motherfuckers leave their lunch in there. They
smoke
fuck around eat. Yeah, they fuck around eat chitlins or some shit that day and leave it in the fucking car, stinking the shit up.
Some Thai food.
Yeah.
Curry. Stink the whole thing up.
Yeah, they farting and shit. Fucking the car up, and then you gotta clean
your switches is all sticky.
Yeah, what the fuck going on here? Yeah, it's always some bullshit, man. I don't miss it, cuz I don't miss it at all. even though I
No,
never was a
dude,
cop. Apparently,
I hated it. I hated every second of it.
it
I
it
didn't
was
want to
something
be
to
a
do.
cop. I never grew up saying that, I want to do that shit.
I
But they
admire
was
people that
hiring.
do. Diesel, that's all he wanted to do. I admire him because I'm like, yo, when I had to put that uniform on in the morning, I was just like, oh God, Jesus, another
Your shit
day.
polyester?
Yes, yeah,
That's some hot shit.
hmm
Pulls all the hairs off your legs.
yeah. But see, you worked in Florida where it didn't get biting cold for 6 months. You know what
No,
I mean? Yeah. So
no.
that was the stupid thing. That was the silly thing around here. It was always it's cold as fuck. You gotta wear thermals underneath it, and you gotta have thick ass socks with boots because it's snow. I mean, we had a dead body one day in -10-degree weather. You ever been on the crime scene in -10-degree weather, sir?
Nope. No, sir.
I don't recommend it. I do not
Outside, I
recommend
guess,
it.
huh?
Outside, sir. Outside, and you shaking. And people want to ask you what the fuck is going on in their nice warm car. What happened? Fuck
Yeah, they
you.
cracked the window like this. What's going
Yeah.
on?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got smoke blowing out your mouth and shit, man. You got this dead body in the corner taking forever to get there.
But you got to
It's
do
not a
your
good
job.
shit. You gotta do your goddamn job. But
You got to do
apparently
your job.
it's not a dangerous fucking job, according to the whatever the fuck that dude
It's
name
like we
was.
were talking about last night, directing traffic. You taking your life in your hands directing traffic.
Especially with a drunk driver.
Well, these
I
old
pulled a
people.
shit, yeah, they even worse. And then with the old people, they want to look at you like you did something fucked up.
Mm.
What I do? Bet you ran over 32 people. That's what you did. Oh, did I, baby? Just because you call me baby don't mean you not going to jail, you old bitch. Come on.
Yeah. That tree jumped right out in front of me.
They always hitting something. Don't
And
make
how
no
many and
goddamn
how
sense.
many beers did they have?
Only two. Only
Every
had
one.
two. Every fucking one. Only had two.
Yeah, if
When
you
you
get
had
pulled
two.
over, say you had 3. That'll
Yeah,
fuck the cop all up and you probably get
cops
off.
tired of hearing two. Stop saying you had two. We
And
about sick of
2
that
hours
fucking lie.
ago. It's always 2
Yeah.
and 2. I had 2 beers, and that was 2 hours
Mm-hmm.
ago. How
Eyes
many
all
shots you
red.
have? 15?
Mm-hmm. Eyes all fucking red. Booze coming out your goddamn pores, but you only had two. All right.
All right, but LA, with your experience, if a man says the day after the girls were discovered, he goes and he tells a game and fish officer, right, that he knew, say, hey, I was at the trails at that time. And I was wearing this, and this, and this. They didn't put that picture out. First they put a picture of the video, then they put the video out. He did that before, but they lost that tip for 5 years. That's what they're saying, that they lost that tip. How they got back onto it, I don't know. But he said he was there. He said he was wearing the same things. He got a gun at his house that ballistically matches the unspent round that they found at the crime scene. He confessed to people. They have other direct evidence that connects him to the crime scene, and he does not have an alibi. What would you think? What would your initial response be to that?
Oh, you fat fuck, go to jail. Do not collect gold. Do not collect $200. What's up with the game warden? What was up with him?
Well, you know how after a case like this, they canvass the area. We've all had to do it.
Yeah,
You get there, somebody secures the perimeter, and then the rest of y'all go around the neighborhood knocking on doors, shit like that. Well, it's a small town, so they were canvassing, and he knew this game and fish cop. He was retired at the time, actually. His name was Skinner, but he was helping them out. You know how them retirees are. They're going to
yeah, they
help.
ain't
They
got
got
nothing
nothing
else
else
better
to
than
do.
to do.
So, but they lost that. They lost that note, that tip. Now, at first, they said that the FBI, one of their civilians, because the FBI was involved with this, the U.S. Marshals, the Georgia Bureau of Investigations got involved.
Why would the FBI involved?
You tell me. Right away. They were involved right away.
That's weird.
Dude, I mean, it's a big case because of all the CSAM stuff. You know,
Oh,
it
okay.
could be human trafficking involvement,
Yeah,
all of that.
I get it. Yeah, I get it. Okay, that makes
But at
sense.
first, the state police, the Indiana State Police, said that, well, a civilian FBI worker misfiled the tip. That's why we didn't follow up on it. Because he said that he seen these 3 girls there that day, and they said they saw him. So he was definitely there at that time because they was taking pictures with their phones. You know how young girls are, and they're timestamped. So he was definitely there. They didn't take a picture of him, but they took a picture, and they said as soon as we took this picture at this bench, we were walking back to the parking lot, and he went walking past us. We said hi, but he didn't say anything back. Now, those 3 girls all described him differently. Basically the
Yeah,
same person, but he was wearing a blue jacket and black jeans. He was wearing a black jacket and black jeans. He was wearing a
yeah, but
black
that's
jacket and
eyewitness
blue jeans.
testimony, though. That's why you
Dude,
don't really take eyewitness testimony at heart. You use other evidence.
you've been cross-examined, right?
Yeah, a
And you
million
were
times.
coached, right? You were coached by the prosecutor.
Prosecutor.
These girls, now they're a lot older. Now they're in their 20s. This was back in 2017. They're going to get coached. But those defense attorneys, that's their job, to dig up shit and make them stumble. Because
Mm,
everybody knows that 80% of wrongful convictions are because of faulty
eyewitness.
eyewitness testimony.
Yeah, eyewitness testimony. Now,
Yeah,
let me ask you a question. So you say, I always wanted to ask this. So you say it was recorded. Was the actual murder recorded, or
I
was
don't
him
think so.
leaving the area recorded?
I don't think so. When he abducted them on the bridge, he was walking towards them. One of the girls recorded it. One of the girls actually did this. And one of them said he has a gun. And then he said down the hill at the end of this bridge is a steep hill on both sides, actually, but down to the left goes down by the creek. And then they were found across the creek. So there's 43 seconds of video. They only showed us about a second and a half, maybe 2 seconds of it. Him taking 2.5 steps, walking on this old railroad bridge, you know, across the railroad ties that were deteriorating, you know. But 43 seconds is a long time.
That's a long time.
I have not heard what's on that whole 43 seconds. Now there's a gag order. The family has seen it, you know, but there's a gag order. They're not talking. Nobody's talking, but the defense is trying to skirt around that gag order. I'm not mad at them about that either, LA. They're trying to try this case in the public. They're trying to put the feelers out, see what everybody's thinking. Now they're pulling the jury from another county.
Of course, you cannot pull it from there. Everybody gonna be tainted.
Right, but they're going to have the trial in that county. So they're going to have to sequester that jury. I wouldn't want to be on that jury, man.
Now, you know the fucked up part? If he pleads out, nobody is gonna know the evidence.
Well, it depends. It depends what the deal is. Because you look at the Golden State Killer, he didn't plead out, he pled guilty. But he didn't have to say anything. That was part of his deal. BTK, part of his deal is, okay, you can plead guilty. There's no plea deal. They're like, you're getting slammed either way. But rather than go through the trial, put his family to that, he pled out. And then he stood there and graphically said what he did.
Yeah.
Almost as a matter of factly. Well, Richard Allen was offered a plea deal already, but he didn't want to do that. And I don't blame him, to be honest with you. But now it's at the time now where he knows he's fucked. He's got to do something. If they don't work a deal for him, then they're fucked. But Doug Carter, who's the head of ISP, Indiana State Police, he said that he's going to tell everybody what happened when the time's right. So maybe he's going to write a book or something. Who knows?
Is he allowed to do it? I mean, when the time is right. That's the key word. Time is right.
Yeah. Well, I mean, listen, if they're not letting cameras, and I can see this point from some people, if they're not letting cameras in the courtroom, only the people that were there are going to be will be able to know what actually happened, right? If this goes to trial. So we've already seen that there's been a few hearings where there's been several different YouTubers that went to the same hearing, and they all have different opinions on what was said and what happened.
That's the problem I have with things that are not televised. Like I'm hoping.
I want it to be televised, but they don't
Yeah.
have to. People are saying they have to. They
No,
don't
it's up
have
to
to
the
do
judge.
that
It's
shit.
up to the judge.
Yeah.
Like there's a couple cases that I hope it's televised, but you never know. I mean, it's a couple of them in Florida that I hope is televised, but I don't know how Florida really does things. Does Florida always, not always, but the majority of the time, do they televise cases?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't
'cause-
know of any that weren't,
yeah,
to
that
be honest with you.
Lucretia, yeah, that Lucretia trial where the girl got a 10-year-old daughter to kill her neighbor. I'm covering. It's supposed to be April 29th, but I think she's gonna plead out. I'm pretty. I hope she don't because I can watch the trial, but I think she's gonna plead out. And
I hope
it's her.
Richard Allen doesn't plead out. But he's going to. If he doesn't, he's crazy. He's
Well,
crazy.
you already know he's crazy.
Now listen to this, man. Now the guy doesn't have a criminal history. 50 years old, and he snaps one day and does this shit. He liked to drink a little bit, but not way over the top. He may have been an alcoholic, but he was a functioning one if he was. He a little
Well, that just
creepy.
mean he never been caught.
Little
I mean,
creepy. Yeah,
he
you
might
and
have
I
did a
know
bunch of
that.
shit. Yeah, just he never been caught before. No telling what everything he did in his past.
Yeah. Yeah,
You
we
know?
used to say that all the time. Hey, don't get in trouble. You know, whenever we cut somebody loose, all right, don't get in any trouble. Or don't get caught, one.
Yeah,
And they all
yeah, don't
smile.
get
I won't
caught.
get caught. You know I ain't going to stay out of trouble. I won't get caught.
Yeah, so that's the point. I mean, you never know what the hell he did in his past. Because I don't know if somebody would just snap and do something like this.
Yeah. Well, people have. I mean, look at Ted Bundy, man. Nobody thought that he would do anything like that. Ed Kemper, you know, it's just anybody can snap. It's just at what level you snap. I
Yeah, but
mean,
Ted
shit.
Bundy was a schizophrenic. Like he was paranoid.
Yeah, but he knew how to hide it. That's what them schizophrenics do. He was a psychopath, is what he was, a sociopath, not a schizophrenic. But here's another thing that you're gonna love. You know, it's not donations that they made for the experts. It's a contribution because you can't write it off on your taxes. And if he pled guilty tomorrow, guess who gets that money?
The lawyers.
No,
The state?
nope,
Huh?
him.
Wait a
He's
minute,
gonna,
what?
dude. He's gonna be fat with honey buns, and he'd be smoking squares. He ain't gonna be rolling no tobacco. He's gonna be smoking store boughts.
What are they how are they pulling
The
it? What
funds are for um, expert witnesses or expert whatever they want to call them, to look over the ballistics information. They want somebody to look at false confessions and stuff like that, right? All these people that get paid big money for basically nothing. They all embellish their credentials. They all do, but it's for him. It's not for the attorneys. It's for him to get experts for him. So if they don't pay any experts and he pleads out, he has to get the money.
how are they pulling it? Through like GoFundMe or something? I don't get
It's
it. How are they
called
pulling it?
Pay to Me, I think it is. It's ranked way down there. GoFundMe wouldn't touch this.
I guarantee they would.
Yeah, they wouldn't touch this. None of them
Pay for
things.
me. I never heard of a pay for me before.
Yeah, Pay to Me or something like that. If somebody knows what it is, throw it up in the chat, please. And I'm sorry, I usually say hellos and stuff like that, but when I got LA around, I like to talk to my man.
So pay to me. So
Yeah,
the
Pay
money
to
goes
Me,
to
something
him.
like that. So yeah, the money goes to him or his wife. One.
Oh, the fat fucker's married?
Yeah. Now let me ask you that. That video's been out for 5 years. You gonna tell me his wife didn't recognize that was him?
Oh, of course she did. But ignorance is bliss. We both know that.
Yeah, I'm as ignorant as they come.
Yeah. I
And
mean,
I'm full of bliss.
look at the Gilgo Beach murders. Like, come on, the wife, she was out of town supposedly for all the murders, but come on.
Yeah.
Like, come on,
One of the
man.
guys that the defense has testifying on their behalf, he was a detective in Rushville, Indiana, and they had a little task force, right? There was 3 detectives on it from different areas. And they were looking into these Odinists back in the day. But the lead investigators had already spoken to him, had already basically cleared them, right? They call it covering them. They don't say we cleared them, we covered them, just in case they have to circle back around to them again.
Yeah.
And here's where law enforcement fucked up, though. When they interviewed those guys back in the day, you know how they recorded on a DVR?
Yes.
Well, the DVR was set to record over shit after so long, so there's 77 days of shit that got recorded over. Now, that's not saying there's 77 interviews, 77 calendar days of things got lost. It might have only been 1 or 2 interviews. But all these people are still alive. They can still interview them if they want. So that
But
doesn't
it's not
matter.
going to be the same.
But this guy, tell me if you see any red flags here. So this guy wrote to the defense saying, hey, I reached out to them and said, hey, this guy said he spit on the girls, and these guys are into Odinist stuff, and they got pictures on their Facebook of sticks on the ground because the girls' bodies had sticks on them, like in an asterisk, kind of. So they're saying that they're runes, because it's a ritualistic killing. To me, they don't look like runes. They're not random. Somebody took the time to place them like that, but they don't look like runes. They could have just been trying to cover them up. They was in the woods, throw leaves on them or whatever. But here's my point. That guy, that detective, he did 20 years, and he made it all the way up to assistant chief at 20 years, right? Now he's a probation and parole officer, and he's got 2 or 3 Brady strikes against him. You know what Brady, gigolo strikes are?
I know what Brady strikes, yeah.
Yeah, so he got caught withholding evidence, basically, not turning evidence over to the state.
Yeah.
Allegedly. I haven't seen it yet. That's just what's coming out. So that's what they were talking about, the prosecutor's being dirty, trying to attack his integrity and dig up dirt on him and stuff like that. And that's when I was telling you that same exact person tried to do that same shit to me.
So the person who told you this is the same person that told you something about the investigator?
What
First
person
of all,
told you?
I don't know. Yeah, it went out my mind. How did you go from a chief to a probation officer or parole officer?
That's what I'm saying. Isn't that a red flag to you? He went from
Like,
hardcore law enforcement, assistant chief, and then resigned. And now he wears probation and parole.
I never heard of that before in my life. You went from a boss, there you just
Don't
like,
even
is he
carry
the
a
head?
gun no more. Don't have a badge. He's
Is he
got
a
one of
head
them
of
plastic
probation?
shits.
Is he the head of probation or something?
No. Now, that's here nor there as far as the case goes.
No, it's just for my own personal.
Yeah, they're
It's
just
just
attacking
weird.
his integrity. Of course, the prosecutor's going to attack his integrity. But I hate that part of the game. It has nothing to do with the case. It's all for the juries. Listen,
Do
you
you think
can't
it's
believe a word
warranted?
this man say. Huh?
Do you think it's warranted for them to attack his integrity?
No. Have you ever had your integrity attacked on the stand?
Yes.
Get you mad, don't it? You
Oh
don't
yeah,
show it. Yeah, you don't show it.
Yeah, it pisses you off to
But thank
have.
God you get redirect.
If you got a good prosecutor or DA.
Yeah.
Some
And,
DAs are stupid. They just let it ride.
yeah, and this guy, Holman, he was a detective sergeant, and he just got promoted to a lieutenant. And all these people are saying, it's crooked. How do you promote somebody who fucked up a case like this and all that? He's an idiot and all that. Well, he testified in this hearing, and people don't understand how that shit works. When the prosecutor asks you something during direct, you answer quick. When the defense team is asking you questions, you answer slow, so you give the prosecutor a chance to object.
Yeah,
So
you take
people are
your
saying
time.
he's stupid. Look how slow he is. No, he's doing that on purpose, people. That's how you do it.
Yeah, you when the defense asks you a question, you don't answer right away. You take a
No.
couple seconds because you want to give the DA chance to say I object.
And
And
if,
then just give a
dude,
little tidbit.
if you want some help, the prosecutor knows when you say the defense attorney, what? Could you repeat that?
Can you repeat that?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The prosecutor knows that, hey, you need some help there.
Yeah, because what they'll do is they'll ask you a bunch of fucking questions. They ask you a bunch of compound questions, what they're not supposed to do, but they
Yeah.
do it anyway. And you'll just sit there. And what the rookies would do would get stuck and be like, and try to blurt out some bullshit. But when you got a lot of time on, you be like, can you repeat that? Can you break that down? I don't understand.
Exactly. That's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah,
People that
yeah.
have
You
been
don't.
through it know how to do it. But
But that first time you on the bench, you on that stand, boy, they take you through the ringer. You like a fucking moron up there, ain't you?
oh yeah, yeah. You give up all kinds of shit that you don't need
You
to.
ain't supposed to. You start telling them what you ate for breakfast.
Yeah,
I
but
had
to
ham and eggs.
the
I had
lay
ham and-
person reading the transcripts, or even sitting in the gallery, they think he looks like a dummy, like he doesn't know what he's talking about. You got to basically play stupid. You got to dumb everything down, man. You don't want to give up too much. Prosecutor's already done his job.
Mhm.
The only thing you can do is hurt the case. You've
Yeah.
already written your report. You've already executed a probable cause. You've already done your job. They're just trying to make it look like you're a bad guy. You never should have even got a badge and a gun. That's their job. So you got to dumb it down. Excuse me? What? I didn't understand the question. You can't get sarcastic with them. Don't let them get to you. But people think that Holman's dumb because of the way he answered questions. He kept saying, "What? Could you repeat that?" You know?
They watch too much Perry Mason or something. They watch
Yeah.
too much
Boston Legal.
TV. Yeah, they watch too much TV. They really don't understand how the real world works and how court is. It's all a game. When you tell people that, they get mad. What you mean is a game? It's the courtroom is a game, and you
Yeah.
got to learn how to play it.
I've been telling people this. As soon as the case gets turned over to the prosecutor and he files the charges, that's it. Law enforcement's done. If they're
Yeah,
still
they move on to
investigating
the
the case,
next.
they can turn over new discovery. But they've already
Mhm.
done their job. And
Yeah,
unfortunately now the facts don't matter. It's because the defense is going to play games. That's their
hmm
job. Can you
yeah.
hear
They
that
on to the next
helicopter?
case. No,
Oh, there's a helicopter
that's
flying right over there.
it's cousin Jacobs. Cousin Jacobs buzzing your house down.
Yeah. But we'll see. But with everything so far, I mean, he deserves due process, right? We both agree with that. We're American citizens. Even though he's a piece of shit, he deserves due process. We all do. But he's guilty. And they all know it. They all know it. I think actually some of these people that have been crying that he's innocent, now they're backpedaling, going to the system's corrupt. They're not saying he's innocent anymore. They're
Yeah, that's a
saying
big
this,
difference, right?
yeah, yeah. Well,
Yeah,
F. Lee
that's a
Bailey
difference.
said it best. He said, if his client gets acquitted, that just means he beat the system. That doesn't mean he's
Yeah,
innocent.
yeah. I mean, that's a big thing where that's why lawyers always go on the integrity of the cops. They always try to do the fruit of the poisonous tree. Because if you could start the investigation off wrong, they can basically get that thing tossed out. So they always try to go there. Like very few times they try to go on the fact of them trying to pull at the heartstrings of the jury. They always try to get the case tossed or something like that. And it's
And
a good strategy.
now let me ask you this too. You've taken witness statements, obviously, right?
Yeah, a bunch of times.
What do you do with those witness statements? When you take the statement, write on your piece of paper, you go in, you probably have a computer in your car now. You type it up, memo form or whatever. What
Yeah,
do
you
you
put it
do
in
with that?
another. I always keep them because they usually can turn them over for evidence.
But you don't give it to somebody?
But the detectives,
Yeah. Well,
hmm
not even the detectives. We would give it to our sergeant, who would
yeah, we
then
give it
give
to
it to the detectives.
yeah, we would because we take it up. We take it directly to the detectives, so we give them
Okay.
right to them. Yeah.
If it's your case. I'm talking if you're
hmm
canvassing. Have you ever been canvassing before? Where something happens,
Yeah.
you're just knocking on doors?
hmm
Who do you turn those over to?
We would still the detectives will show up on scene and I just hand it directly. Our
Okay.
supervisors just hands over.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we gave him to the sergeant. Then the sergeant,
We get right to the
did
detectives.
his report, and it all went into one file. So each sergeant, whoever had deputies working on it, taking canvassing reports, they would turn it
Yeah,
in so that those four sergeants.
yeah, we would do everything on our own. Like we would write the reports. The sergeant basically is just there to make sure that everything get done. But we would do everything on our own.
Well, I'll tell you right now why they did it like that, because they didn't want to pay for court. They didn't want to pay that overtime. The sergeants would go to court.
Yeah, it's all a money game, ain't it?
Yeah.
It's all a money game. I wonder if it's still like that now.
I'll ask my son. I'm not sure. But how many times you go to court, sit there for 6 hours after you just worked all night and they didn't even call you?
Oh my God. The judge come in late,
It's free money, but
you
you're
don't feel like
tired, man.
doing.
You just work 12-hour shift overnight.
Yeah, you don't
You
feel
gotta go
like
home,
doing the
wash
dumb
your
shit.
ass, put on your good uniform. You know that one that you never you hang it on that little wooden thing in your room so it stays nice.
Yeah, after a while, I stopped doing that dumb shit. You get what you get.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
Yeah, you and
I
me
mean,
both.
yeah, you get what you get. Fuck you. I ain't asked to come in here and do this dumb shit. Fuck y'all.
Dude,
You get what you goddamn get.
when's the last time you've been to court? Have you been called on any cases that you were involved with since you left?
2
Since
years
you've been
ago.
out?
About a year and a half ago.
Yeah, dude, that shit. 2 years after I retired.
Yeah.
Took that long for a case to go through.
Did you go?
Yeah.
You really did.
And they didn't need me.
You a better person than me. I would tell you shove that court notice up your ass.
Dude, these were my friends, man. These are people I work with. It's a little different. You know, Pasco County's big, but there's not a whole bunch of police like there is in Philly. I knew everybody.
So you went the goodness of your heart because you didn't have to go.
I'd do it for you too.
No,
Yeah,
don't do it
you
for me.
kind of do when you get subpoenaed. You do kind of have to go when you get subpoenaed, LA. You gonna tell me if you get subpoenaed, you wouldn't go?
Now? No.
Dude, they'll come get you.
Come on.
Okay. Hey, I got another question for you. You know what swatting is, right?
Yeah.
When somebody gets swatted?
Yeah. Everybody. That's another thing everybody claims happened to them now. They get swatted.
Yeah. Do they send a regular deputy there when you got a hostage situation?
No, they send.
Just knock on your door.
The name is usually can tell you it all. They send SWAT. Yeah. It's kind of implicit, right? It's fucking SWAT.
Got swatted.
Yeah, he ain't deputed. Is he deputed? Is deputy? He was deputed it. Deputy.
Deputy.
Yeah, deputy. Yeah, I was deputy.
Yeah, maybe it was a
deputy?
welfare check. I don't know.
You was deputy.
But I know they don't let you just say, "Hey, listen, man, I'm on a live, so give me a minute. I gotta get downstairs and let people know what's going on. I'll be right back."
No, after your head go through that window. That happened to you?
No.
Somebody was deputed or swatted?
Well, they said they were thwatted, but the Ring doorbell shows one cop and then another cop standing by the car. So it's probably more of a welfare check. It's still bullshit that somebody called it on them.
Yeah, that's,
you know what I mean?
That's
people playing games.
Lame.
Yeah,
Why
it's
do
a bunch
people?
of bullshit.
I hope they start charging people for that, because that's when you do something like that, you want somebody to die. There's no ifs, ands, buts.
Somebody will get hurt.
Yeah, they need to start charging people with attempted murder. Because when you swat somebody, you want them to die. It's not a laughing game. It's not joking. You want them to die. And you really need to start charging these people with attempted murder. That's how you end that shit. Okay, you want to swat people? You're doing this 20 years in prison.
Yeah.
Now you're going to get swatted by Bubba. Bubba going to swat your butthole.
Bubba gonna swat that shit every night.
Yeah, you're going to swat it every fucking night. That's how you end it.
Now, my son said down in Pasco, there's a big YouTuber / TikToker. And they've tried to do it to him several times. But when they get the call, my son, because he's supervisor, he'll ask them, did it come in on the non-emergency line or 911? Non-emergency. Just send one car over there for a welfare check.
That's a smart supervisor. Let me ask you a question.
Don't call SWAT.
Yeah, so I was thinking about how you avoid that. Would you just send, if somebody called multiple times about a man killing his wife and all that other nonsense, would you continue to go to their house, or would you just say, listen, I'll send one cop over there and talk to the person?
Yeah, you have to respond. but just not.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing: these guys know if they call 911, that's a felony. If they call the non-emergency line, it's nothing.
I thought they called 911 though. You saying a lot of times they call a non-emergency line?
Yeah, the smart ones.
I did not know that. I thought they always called 911.
Yeah, because you call 911, dude, that shit's recorded, and you're getting some deep shit for a false 911 call. You know that.
You got to be a lame motherfucker to try to swat somebody. Like how miserable are you in your life that that's something you want to do?
Dude, I don't care what this guy did on YouTube. You don't call police on him. You know what I mean? It's YouTube, man. These people are just
people take
doing the
this shit
same thing
serious.
that we're doing. We just have a
Yeah.
disagreement, you know?
People take this shit a little too serious for me, man. That's why I stay with my cases. I drink my whiskey and smoke my cigars and mind my business. I don't talk about no other creator.
And don't involve me in your shit.
Yeah, that's weird though, Ruckus. Like, have you ever felt the need to call the cops on somebody? Like, what goes through those people's mind to want to do some shit like that? That's fucking weird, right?
It is weird. It is weird. But they think it's funny. I don't understand it. But it's a waste of resources. That's for sure.
But what's funny about it?
Nothing's funny about it. Not to me. Because it's usually online, they're on camera. And the door gets kicked in. They get a kick out of that. You ever seen those videos? There's videos of it actually happening.
No, I've never seen one before.
Yeah. So, but I mean, that's a dangerous game over a disagreement online. I'm
People
old,
that
dude.
you don't know.
Yeah, I'm old. This whole social media interaction shit.
Are you afraid of that? To get swatted?
No.
Really?
I'd love to see the fellas. It wouldn't bother me at all, man. They can come around here.
Yeah, my door usually open. You ain't got to kick it in. Just open the motherfucker.
Yeah, I got my TV half unscrewed in the back. Good.
Yeah, just go ahead.
Don't break nothing. I don't want to be fixing drywall.
No, you can break it. I got homeowners. Well, renter's insurance.
You got insurance.
Yeah, I make a claim. My $10,000 ring ended up missing when they kicked the door and the ring flew out the window and went into the lake. Now the lake is 10 miles away, but it was a hell of a kick.
Well, it bounced. It's that good metal.
Yeah, that good bounce. Yeah, they that cheap shit.
It's that platinum.
Yeah, my mama gave it to me from the old Negro spiritual, as whatever the guy name is, who said I was a Negro. That's the first time I ain't been called a Negro by a white person. I'm assuming he white. I don't know why would me say that. He might have been black or Asian.
Dude, you know me well enough now. I don't play all that shit.
I thought it was funny. I truly didn't know he was talking about me. That's the funny part.
That's the thing. And now you've dealt with killers, rapists, bad motherfuckers, gang members, all that. You gonna let somebody coming on YouTube texting something piss you off? Are you afraid of any of these motherfuckers?
Especially the word Negro.
I've said it more than once, man. I will give them my physical address if they sign something promising to come here. But they ain't gonna.
Yeah, usually people that live in their mama basement with no jobs, and they never donate any money in like. That's the thing about this YouTube game. Do you wish if you could do it all over again, would you continue to get in the YouTube game, or you just go right by it?
Well, I did it because I was having shoulder surgery and I was bored.
Yeah.
And I come across this Delphi case. And because they had him on audio and video and they didn't catch him, it interested me. And I seen that there was a bunch of opinions and stuff like that. So I figured I'd throw my hat in the ring. I got a little experience. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I'd probably do it again. I've met some really good people. When I went to Delphi and out to Iowa, I met some good people, man.
Yeah, I wouldn't do it again.
I got to meet you.
Hands down. Yeah, I wouldn't do it again. Fuck you. I wouldn't do it again. Hands down.
Well, you got a power button on that little cheap ass Mac Mini you got. You can cut that motherfucker off and not do it now.
It's all the way over there.
Oh.
It take me a minute to just walk all the way over
so
there.
It's being lazy then. You're just lazy. That's why you're on YouTube.
That's a fact.
Dude, I'm telling you, man. You're good at this stuff. You need to keep at it. People will find you. We've got people here tonight that I know now that they've got to see you and see what you're about. They'll go over and
They the ones
subscribe to
calling
you.
me a Negro.
That's all right, as long as he's watching. He said he'd give you some views.
Negro.
He said he's gonna give the. He might be black as damn self. How do we know? That could be a female for all we know.
Name Stanley?
Was that his name, Stanley? I can't remember his name.
I truly don't remember. I'm just
But you don't
guessing.
know if these people are male or female, black, white, orange,
Mm,
Asian, Puerto Ricans.
I mean,
You don't know.
I
don't
I don't
care.
know if I'm gonna do it again. I mean, it's funny. I did it the same reason why you did it. I was sitting home and I didn't have anything to do, and this was kind of like my therapy. But would I do it all over again? I just don't know. I mean, now that I'm in it, it's kind of one of them things like you
Well,
put
aren't you glad
time
you
and your
met
effort in.
Tom and Kai and me and
Oh yeah, I'm
all those
glad.
other people?
I really
Yeah.
am. It's just the other bullshit that go along with it. I never imagine if you're not a YouTuber, I don't think people imagine all the dumb shit that just happens, right? And people expect you to be something that you're not. It's weird.
Hmm.
It's real fucking weird. I don't know. This game is just crazy. It's a crazy game. I guess because you're just dealing with people, right?
Who got nothing better to do, just like us,
Yeah.
and they get
And
to
then
voice their opinion to way more people than they could just sitting in the room by themselves.
yeah, and then they expect us to entertain them. I mean,
We are entertaining.
I did a 4-hour show this morning talking about shit.
Yeah,
I mean,
but
I
I
had a good
watched some of
time.
that, dude. That was a good show. Y'all need to go watch this show from today. That's
Yeah.
interesting, man. I can't wait till we get into that case more. That'd be interesting.
I'm curious to see who paid the dude, the kidnapper, if it was the husband or if it was somebody else.
Hey, dude,
The
if it goes to
husband,
trial, you need to come down, man. We'll go to it. We'll go to the
I
trial.
will 100%. But them fools gonna plead.
Yeah.
They gonna plead.
No, why would they plead? They looking at hard time anyway. Why would they plead? That's what these knuckleheads are saying about Richard Allen. Why would he plead out? What's he get to gain from that?
Nah, those fools gonna plead. I can't see them just going to court for that. They got them on too much other shit. This ain't. They gonna plead. I mean, I can't see what. There's no benefit for them going to trial. It's
It's
none.
going to
They
be
got them all
interesting to
there to
see who
rights.
set it up.
I'm
But
curious to see if it was the husband or the brother, or if
it
some other
sounds to me like it was a jack game, dude. It was just jacking them.
But she was already giving them the money.
Yeah, but she had dope too, probably. What was she giving them the money for? She was giving the money for something.
Well, she had money and dope that was taken into him.
Yeah. So they trying to get it all for free.
Why would the husband give the cell phone to the police? He's one dumb fuck.
They're all dumb fucks. They're all FaceTiming, riding around. One car in the whole state that matched that car.
And you choose to do a crime in that fucking car.
Yeah. Yeah. And then carry your cell phones around everywhere so they can see where you at.
Call your mama. Mama, guess where I'm at? Guess where I'm at, mama? I done just killed somebody. Can you imagine?
But you watch, if it goes to trial, what kind of shit the defense is going to pull.
I don't know. I hope it do.
Dude, you know, if you and I were attorneys, we go in there and say, look, dude, you see all this shit they got on you, man? You might want to start talking about a deal. I'm not saying you guilty.
Oh, I am.
But they got enough to prove you guilty.
Listen, just continue to pay me. Long as them checks clear. That Delphi, that $2.5 million got to be gone by now, right? Because it's been since 20.
No.
You don't think
no,
that money
dude, no, they just got that money 2 years ago. The investigation's been going on since 2017.
Yeah, but they billing that thing constantly.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
they're getting invoices every day. I guarantee you. And see, that's the thing, too. The judge denied them money, but she's getting the invoices. They may have already had experts. I'm not saying they have, but they may have already had experts, but they just ain't saying what they want them to say. You follow me?
I just don't know if that $2.5 million is still there, because that's not a lot of money if with all the work that they're putting in there. Because if they doing all this extra time, they ain't doing that shit for free.
And dude, they got DNA in this case too. Now I've been with Steve. We went and dropped off something for DNA testing, and it wasn't even $2,000 to have something DNA tested. check
But
for
that's
DNA
private. That's
and a
private.
profile
Imagine.
and all that. Yeah, but still, that's what they use. The state labs and all that shit. The defense attorney ain't using the state labs. The defense is using private
You don't think
contractors.
they charging them up for that?
They may. Steve would know because Steve worked CSI as well. He would know better than I would.
So what about? That's the thing. It's just be all right. Let's put aside the state labs, but they invoicing them for every fucking thing. Counseling meetings, going to court.
Well, that's how they get their
Prep.
money, dude. They're getting paid as public defenders, and they're private attorneys. They have their own practices. This isn't the
Yeah.
only case they have either, but they're getting paid like $100 an hour. And that's the thing with these attorneys. Whether they win or lose, they get paid the same when they get hired by the state as a public defender.
So they losing money. It's only $100 an hour. They losing money.
Yeah, but you get an expert. Like, say you're an expert and I'm a defense attorney. Hey, LA, I need you to testify on this false confession stuff. All right, man, $5,000. All right, listen, write me an invoice for 10, and I'll give you an extra 2,500, and I'll keep 2,500. You know they're doing that. That's how they get some money back.
That's illegal, sir. I never guessed people.
You're
in
gonna tell me
Indiana
that
would do
doesn't go?
stuff like
You're a
that.
goddamn liar.
Not in Indiana.
No. Indiana wouldn't do
No.
that. They did. It's not Indiana. It's attorneys. That's what attorneys do.
No, sir. And everybody in Indiana is sane and they not on meth.
Dude, I'm telling you, I met a bunch of people. Ain't none of them on meth.
Was that transgender you was helping up on meth?
All right. That was in Iowa. And Mr. Steve's a piece of shit for taking pictures of it instead of over there helping me.
He sent it directly to me.
You know, he said, no, I didn't mean to take a picture. I was trying to call 911. And he's a goddamn liar.
All I see was you holding your hand out for the transgender to help the transgender up.
Dude, his dick was bigger than mine. You see that picture?
Steve said, look at your boy. What is he doing over here? Steve couldn't wait to send it to everybody. See, people don't know Steve fucked up just like the rest of it. He just know how to hide it better. But he couldn't wait to send that picture out to everybody.
He took pictures of me sleeping in the van. I was on my deathbed, dude. I was sick, throwing up, shitting both ends.
But he wouldn't let you drive.
Dude, I wanted to drive. He drives like a cop. He drives like I drive like an old lady now. To me, you know how if you get pulled over, you pull your badge out or you tell them, hey, I'm on the job. Professional courtesy, right? Yeah. To me, professional courtesy is not giving that motherfucker a reason to pull me over in the first place. That's professional courtesy, not making the man do his job. But all right, brother, I just wanted to get you on, see what your thoughts were, catch you up on the case. The trial's coming up in a couple weeks, so I'll keep you updated on it on Tuesday nights. I'll fill you in what's going on, and anytime you want to come back in, you can. You're welcome to.
I'm here whenever you want me, man.
Say what?
I'm here whenever you want me. I will be doing another update for Kathy Agavibus. So the sheriff of Seminole County, who I actually like, he seemed like he's a no nonsense person.
Yeah, he's on it.
He is. Yeah.
But there's been some shit, that serial killer I've been working on, Curtis Huff. He's walking around down in that county.
In Seminole?
Yeah. No, not Seminole. I'm sorry, Osceola.
Okay, yeah, Seminole County. So he's not playing. So yeah. I'm gonna do another update on that tomorrow because some more stuff just dropped tonight about it, and they did a big drug bust. So we're gonna find out. Hopefully, it goes to they give me a little bit more information. I'm curious to see this. The sheriff already said the investigation is not even close to being done. Just the tip of the iceberg with these crazy fucks. So
well, dude, I mean, there's a lot of people involved. It doesn't sound like there's a whole bunch of investigation needed.
No, they gave them. Only thing they forgot to do was write the letter to say I did it. Leave a note at the crime scene saying I did it with the breadcrumbs leading to their house.
And they telling on each other.
Oh, yo, Ruckus, everybody knows that. Oh, they flipping like hotcakes.
Dude, their first two words are nuh-uh.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't driving. Yeah, I
That
wasn't driving
motherfucker
that
who
shit.
bought the car did the crime in the same car. How you do a crime in a car of one?
In the whole state.
In the whole fucking state with the same outfit you bought the car in.
Yeah.
And you wonder why you got caught.
Stupid.
This you? I bet you he went to the window because he knew the girl. He knew her personally. He probably went to that window and said, "Put your hands up." She said, "Jose, that's you?"
Yeah.
No, that's not me. Get the fuck out of here. Jesus
He's
Christ.
stupid. He's stupid.
No, that's not me.
Yeah.
All right.
But all right, brother. I appreciate you coming in. And everybody in chat, I'm sorry that I wasn't keeping up with chat. I'm going to hang out for a little bit and chat with you guys and say hello and stuff like that. But I'm going to cut L.A. loose, let him get about his business.
Yeah, I got another show I'm doing with Time and them. So we got to doing Sovereign Citizens. So I'm going to head over there.
All right, man. I appreciate you coming on, Ellie. I'll talk
All right,
to you.
everybody. Thank you, brother.
All right, guys. That's L.A. L.A.'s the bomb. He's a good guy. And I know I'm way, way behind on chat. I haven't really said hello to anybody or anything. Has anybody got any questions or anything? Cryptex, that was some funny shit, dude. That was some funny shit when I saw that. I wouldn't even think of copyright striking anybody for that kind of stuff, dude. That's hilarious. You got some skills, my brother. I can't do shit like that. Otherwise, I would. I have a good sense of humor. I just don't have intelligence. Well, you made it right at the end, Allison. But welcome in. Welcome in. Yeah, LA is the bomb.com. He is the bomb.com. We've been talking amongst ourselves here. Okay, good. I'll go back and watch it afterwards. I always turn my live chat on so I can watch it, go back and see what everybody's talking about. Can you talk about the plea? Yeah. Everything that the defense is doing right now is telling me that they're going to plea. It's classic, textbook. They're trying to throw everything in real quick before the trial starts, and then they'll come up with a reason. Bet you $1 to a donut to pull that speedy trial or to try and get a continuance. And that's going to be pretty soon. You watch. Yes, I did, Johnny Chimpo. Sometimes a man's got to do what a man got to do. Yeah, James, I don't think it's going to take place this year, if at all. They can stretch it out and keep trying other bullshit. And I call it bullshit and all that. I really shouldn't. Other tactics and strategies. I have nothing against defense attorneys. They're doing their job. It's part of our system. That's all. I would let those two represent me in anything. How about posting those pictures you said Mr. Steve took? Maybe I'll put them. Maybe I'll put it on my community page. It was funny though. We were sitting out front, and I had my back to the road, and Steve was standing in front of me talking to me. I was sitting on the bench, and he was standing there, and he goes, "Oh, there goes our next case." And I see this woman walking, and she fell right in the driveway into a shopping center, strip mall. So I went over there to see if she's okay, and the closer I got, she sat up, opened her legs, and she had nothing on underneath, and she had twigs and berries. And Steve thought that was funny as shit, and he got a picture of me walking over, and he wanted a ride. His boyfriend just threw him out. He was still drunk. It was like 8:30 in the morning. Buttered sausage. Oh, Gibbo, I finally got to see them making that AI. And it was funny how they did it. It was really funny. That's it. It's fantastic. Because you would think that's really him. He's whacked. He's whacked as hell. If someone fell, good for you to help, Ruckus. Yeah. I mean, and that's what I told Steve. I don't care what it's a human being, and they're having troubles, you know. I look like an asshole, but I'm really not. I'm a softie. And let's see here. Seeing where the court was not going forward in May on court TV. Don't know. I don't believe anything on court TV, James, to be honest with you. But just all indicators steering me towards they're gonna at least get a continuance, because they're saying there's so much information, and what they're doing is they're trying to load up with hearings. They want all these hearings for suppression and all of that stuff, which is impossible to get in before the trial. So they're going to pin it on the state. Well, we were ready to go, but they weren't ready, yada, 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 yada. We'll see, though. We'll see. If he's smart, he'll plead out. I think he's going to plead out. I've always said that. Yes, I will. Stay pressed. I absolutely will. I'm not making any plans at this moment because I don't think it's going to happen, but it wouldn't be nothing for me to. I'm retired. Did you try the local meth while you were in Indiana? I did not. I've never tried meth. I'm lame. I'm as lame as they come. Yeah, part of them is saying that, we're trying to get this done to save his life because he's being tortured and yada, 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 yada. I agree, Brandon. But then they want to get this thing done, So he has his teeth, so no. But all right, guys. I got a super sticker from Frank Meister, $2. Let's see. Yeah, it's a super sticker. Thank you, Frank. Oh, that was the first one. Wow, nice. Thanks, Frank. I appreciate it. I bring the goods and I get one super sticker from Frank. It's going to cost me more than that to pay LA for being on here. Well, you guys have a great night. Hopefully we'll see you at the trial. If not, if they do any other shit that's going to continue it, or if he pleads out, I'll come back on. But other than that, I'll see you guys at the trial. I'll be there. I ain't scared. I want to be sitting in that room. Carrie Summers, 1999. Baby Lemon, jumping lemon character, arms to hug him. Thank you so much, Carrie. I appreciate it. $4.99 from Stay Pressed. Thank you so much. What's that mean? Stay Pressed, the Lulu Bishes. I don't know what that means. $5 super sticker from It's Me. Thank you very much. You guys are awesome. I appreciate it. I'm going to go back and watch. It takes a little bit. It takes like an hour for the live chat to go live. But I want to see the conversations that you guys were having. Oh, good, Brandon. I'll see you there, buddy. I'll get to meet you. There's a bunch of people I want to meet. Yeah, it's not uncommon, Emmanuel. It's not uncommon at all. I've seen Oscar Ray Bolin was a serial killer, and he came back in to the county for court, and he stayed in the county jail for like 18 months when he was supposed to just be in there for court, but his attorneys were playing games and stuff like that. So he was happy. He wasn't on death row for 18 months. But all right, guys, if nobody has anything else, it was a pleasure hanging out with you guys tonight. To the mods, thank you very much. I know that you guys shared links of everybody, even people that weren't in here. I caught that Sleuth was in here, and Deb's True Crime, Jinx, Faye, people that have channels, Brandon. So I appreciate you guys being here, and if I missed any creators, I apologize. The next time I go live, I'll do it my old-fashioned way, where I say hello to everybody, and we'll take it from there. But since I took LA's time, I wanted to get right to talking with him. He's a wealth of information. He's a cop in Philly, so he's been there, done that, got the T-shirt, and got like 4 or 5 bullet holes. So when he talks, I listen. We fuck around with each other, and we joke, and we kid, and we give each other shit, but we like each other. We're good friends. All right, guys, that's it. Don't take any wooden nickels.
My name is Ruckus. Thanks for hanging out. Please like, subscribe, and share. I'm 10-7.